Hi guys, Joe here and welcome to 750 Gaming. In this one, I'm customizing my Emperor's Champion. Yes, that's right, customizing. I'm not going to say fixing. I want to say fixing, but I'm not going to, because this guy has a hold on lots of people's heartstrings. He's perfect. He doesn't need fixing. Except, he kinda does. Over the years, Rule of Cool has suggested that this guy gets on the battlefield as part of your crusade regardless of whether he's actually been a good unit or not. If you're a Templars player, then you'll already know all about him. But if you're not, well, to summarise a heck of a lot of lore, essentially, during Black Templar pre-battle ritual and meditation, one of their number will be visited upon by a vision of the Emperor, guiding him to victory. Said Templar will then tell his chaplain, and if validated, is adorned with the armour of faith and the black sword and basically turns into an Emperor-possessed melee god. And if all that doesn't sound like Templar-abhorred warp-fueled witchcraft, then I don't know what will, but hey, the God Emperor wills it, so there you go. This guy was, for a long time, represented on the tabletop by this old-school cool marine, and it took a while for there to be a Primaris-sized version of the Emperor Champ. So long, in fact, that everyone started kitbashing their own. Even I tried. My first kitbashing venture after a 20-year hiatus in this hobby left me making this monstrosity. Eesh. But, then there came the Primaris Emperor's Champion. And, yeah, it's okay. Some people love it, some people don't. As a diplomat, I was somewhere in the middle because, I really don't have the energy anymore for polemics. But I decided I wanted to have a look at this thing up close and personal and work out what I wasn't 100% sold on and whether I could change it to my taste. Like a lot of people, the thing that annoyed me most was that pose. Presenting his sword to the enemy, almost like he isn't really sure what end he's supposed to be using. Yeah, for my taste, he could do with being a bit more direct and dynamic. And all this started with this left arm I found in my bits box. This pointing finger. This came off of an intercessor sergeant, I believe. A dude pointing where his troops need to go. But on this guy, it's a challenge. Oh yes, here we go. We don't really need to do anything with his legs or torso. We can achieve all of this by just modifying the arms and changing that head direction. Pointy challenge finger out this way, head looking out this way. Modify that sword arm position a bit. It's not perfect, but he's now holding it out behind him, ready for a charge and a swing, as opposed to some sort of ritual presentation. Sort out his tactical rock a bit, and by that I mean make it bigger, and I think this is going to work. I found an old orc head too in my bits box, and I'm not normally one for this kind of thing, but it's October, so what the heck. Let's get this guy painted up. Except that I'm an idiot. Firstly, I forgot to turn on the light, so when I did my first pass here, the footage is terrible. And then after sorting that out, I got carried away and I actually forgot to press record. So if you want to see a proper video on how I paint my Black Templars quickly and easily, then I'll link one here. But otherwise, take it from me that I prime in black, and then I do dry brush highlights with Night Lord's blue and then Thousand Suns blue to give him a bit of definition, and after all that, he's like 90% done already. Using my favourite off-white, Wraithbone, I fill in the pauldrons and the tabard and purity seals, and shade with Agrax Earthshade. Then it's Mephiston Red Time for any red bits, Rhinox Hide for any brown bits, Lead Belcher and Retributor Armour for all the metallic blingy bits. I wash what needs washing with Agrax Earthshade again, and I reinforce the base colours and highlights as necessary. The sword is meant to be black, but it still needed a bit of a powery hum to it in my opinion, so a little dry brush of white on the ridges, lay down some white ink in the recessy bits with the wording, and then a dry brush of Thousand Suns blue again, and as for the base, it's a simple pale orangey sand colour. I dry brush in Wraithbone over the top of the sand again. Then I painted up the orc. I used a moot green and Wraithbone mix for him, and then a wash with watered down Caliban green. The blood was done with Mephiston red mixed into Adrax Earthshade once more, and after a few finishing details, here is my Emperor's Champion. Yeah, I could have kept him as is, and he would have been fine, but he would have been the same as loads of other people's. This way, he is mine, and just like my Helbrecht, there ain't gonna be many out there in the wild quite like mine. Just like there aren't many Crusades out there like mine. At some point, I'm gonna do a little headcanon lore video where I'll narrate some backstory for the Catarina Crusade. Hopefully I'll see you then when I do. But for now, and until my next video, thanks for watching. Let's go! Yes, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, then do hit like and give me a comment below. I don't do this to pay my bills, it's just for fun without a regular release schedule or anything. So hit subscribe to catch these videos when I do them, or visit my Instagram for my hobbying updates. My content isn't monetized, I have no Patreon, but if you want to tip the busker by chucking some pennies in the digital hat, then I have a buy me a coffee thing set up and I'll be very grateful. See you next time.